how the market is going. How is the market?
It is fantastic. However, for a seller, it'll be fantastic, but for a buyer, not as great, because buyers are competing in this market for homes.
Hello everyone. Welcome to Living the Dream in Central Massachusetts, where we help you make your real estate dreams come true. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, we have information and insight to help you make your next move. This is Juliana with Century21 XSell Realty in Worcester, Massachusetts. Today we are discussing the market report within the area, Worcester market report. And we have Mary McCarthy, our own sales manager. She is the numbers guru, and she's going to break it down for us. Mary, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. How's the family and everyone?
Oh, they're wonderful. So, yep.
So today we're going to talk about a subject that you really love, that's close to your heart, and the statistics to show our viewers there how the market is going. How is the market?
It is fantastic. However, for a seller, it'll be fantastic, but for a buyer, not as great, because buyers are competing in this market for homes. They're lining up on average. If the home is priced right, the seller gets 10 offers, 10, 12 offers, depending on the price point. And the price points have gone up from last year to this year significantly. And I can share some of the numbers and how I come up with the numbers with you, if you'd like.
Sure. All right, so enlighten us.
Okay, so what I do is I typically look at two types of reports in MLS. So I go under my tools, and I first start into area market views, because I want to get a big picture snapshot. And I also look at the past 5 years for trends.
Mm-hmm.
So, but first, let's go into year-over-year market for single families. And you can either select a specific date, or you can just choose today's date. It defaults to today's date for a picture of this year versus last year at the same time. So, and you can do it, by state, you can do it by county, you can do it by town, and even different neighborhoods or a specific zip code.
Mm-hmm.
So you can drill it down. So I started with Worcester County overall for single families, because I wanted to get an idea of what the Worcester County market, Central Mass, had for today versus last year at the same time.
Right.
And it gives you a lot of information.
Well, hopefully this is great for the agents out there. Tips.
Yes.
Yeah. Get in.
So we can look at median, but first I'm just going to look at the average. So for example, this year there have been 540 listings versus last year we had 1,098 listings. That's down almost 50%.
Wow.
So our inventory, and as you can see, our current months of supply of inventory is under a month, and last year it was a month and a half. And then I also try to look at what has sold. So for example, this year, this same time, 2,250 properties have sold. So 2,250 properties sold. So we're down about 3% as compared to last year.
Okay.
The days on market this year averages 24 days on market. Last year, it was about 45. So that's down almost 50%.
50%.
And then I like to look at, what short sales and what, the lender, the bank owned properties. So this year for Worcester County, there was 44 lender owned that sold.
Okay.
Last year at the same time, there was 105. So foreclosures are down almost 60%, 58%.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's for entire Worcester County. And then this also report gives you a graphical view.
Okay.
Depending on, what your preference is. and how to read these reports. You can also, I like to look at the median, because sometimes, if you have, a couple of properties or a new construction development going in, that would drive the average sales price up a little bit and skew it. But the median shows the most number of properties that sell in a particular, price range and what the largest price range is.
Okay.
So the median, excuse me, sale price, which is down here, last year at this time for Worcester County was $309,000.
Okay.
This year, it's $365,000. So it's up almost.
It's okay.
So then I got curious, so I wanted to look at Worcester.
Worcester. So Worcester is our city where we live and love.
Yes. The city of Seven Hills.
The city of Seven Hills, yeah.
Okay, so let me PDF the median.
Okay. So what's up in Worcester? All the prices are up. Everything is running off the shelves.
Significantly.
So let's see why.
Okay, so for Worcester single families, this year, there was 58 listing units that were listed as of today. Last year at the same time, there was 82.
Okay.
So we're down in inventory almost 30%.
And keep in mind, last year we were in a whole different pandemic shutdown. So
Yes.
maybe the year before could have been more listings. So even last year, the listings were low. So that's why there's the shortage, because comparably it is extremely low.
Yes, yes. And then that's why I look at the 5-year, because I want to look at the 5-year trend just to see where we were a couple of years ago, and 3 years ago, and 4 years ago. So the average days on market at this point in this day in time for Worcester single families is 26 days.
Okay.
Last year at the same time, it was a month and a half. And then also to your point, and I'm attributing this to the moratorium that was in effect for foreclosures, that's why we see these numbers down, because the properties aren't being, foreclosed upon.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So it's down 70%. So the median price, the sales price,
okay,
last year at this time was $273,000 for Worcester single families. This year it's up $328,000. So it's up 20%. So we're up above the state average of 18% that I just showed you a couple of minutes ago.
Right. Okay. Well, we're up 20% in value. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the median days,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, the median days to an offer, look at this, is 6.
The median day to an offer is 6. Wow.
So yeah, we're down almost 33%. So it's a much faster market.
It's a much faster. So if you for a seller, this is good news, because the value of your home between last year and this year is 20% up. And if you decide to put it on the market within 6 days, you should have a good offer if the home is priced right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then there's another report I like to look at as well. Let me just close some of these tabs. And it's the total sold market statistics report. So the total sold market statistics report is found under tools and market reports.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can scroll down and select total sold market statistics. And we can do it by property type. And we can even combine property types if we wanted to get, the market overall as a whole. And then you can also select like a specific time frame. So if you wanted to compare April of this year, mm-hmm. So you would just choose a time frame of them side by side. And then also the total sold market statistics report, these are all hyperlinks. So you can look at the specific price ranges mm-hmm. as to what has been listed and sold. So for example, I just clicked on one of the price ranges. Okay, so if we look at last year at this time in 2020, the largest price range was 250 to 299.
Okay.
And 50 of the properties, wow. 159 properties sold last year between March 1st and April 30th. The median price was 281. The volume was 45 million and change. This year, the largest price point is the next price range up. 44 properties sold and 168. And the median price, look at this, 330,000. Average days, 168 and 60 million in volume versus 45 million. So we're up almost 15 million in that time frame, just between those 2 months.
Okay.
And look at this. The sales price to list price ratio last year was either just under 100 or right around or just over. This year, see if I can. Look at this. Most of the price points are all over 100. So sellers are getting more for what they're asking and putting it on the market. That's truly amazing.
Okay, so all the numbers and statistics we see, it supports a seller's market, right?
Definitely. 108% between 400 and 450,000. I'm just truly amazed by these numbers.
So what would your whole snapshot of the market to a seller, what would you tell a seller right now?
If you're thinking of selling, sell. Right now, if we price it right and we come up with an extensive marketing strategy, it'll sell within a day. If you position it just right, we've had agents put on properties Thursday. They conduct open houses Saturday and Sunday, and it's gone by Monday.
And also, one question I have for you, Mary, how will an agent use this information to help their clients?
So by sharing this information with your clients and your sellers, they get to know the market and how quick it is as well. And in turn, it shows you as the expert. And they'll come to you for how's the market? Can you share with me, what's going on in the market? A balanced market on average, you want to have 6 months of supply. So it's neither a seller's market or a buyer's market if you have 6 months of supply of inventory. Any town I've been looking in, we're either right around a month or under a month. And that's scary.
Yeah. Okay, so that accounts for the long lines and the multiple offers.
Yes.
So it's still strong from what we are looking at today. We still have less than a month inventory, right?
Correct. And I can go back to the area market reviews report just to show you the 5-year trend for Worcester single families. Because I also like to look at that snapshot, because I can say, 5 years ago, the market was this. So the 5-year trend for single families in Worcester, this is just a text version. So I like to look at the graphical versions for the 5-year, because you can clearly see the average price that sold for inventory year to date back in 2017 was 221,000.
Wow. And now the average price.
Yeah.
And now the average price is how much?
2021, 346.
Wow.
So well over 100,000.
So does that mean if you had bought the same house for example, in 2017 for 220, you'll be selling it at this price if it's well kept and maintained? Most likely.
Yes, significantly more, I would think.
More, yeah.
Because if you purchased it for 320,000,
Mm-hmm.
you can expect at least, it'd be, 10 or 15 or even 20%, depending on the town that it's located in. Worcester values have been, consistently averaging, an increase in value from last year to this year, about 18 to 20%.
20%. So for those that keep saying, I want to wait and buy later, what would you say to them?
I would recommend, that they sell now.
For buyers, I'm talking about buyers. If
Right.
somebody's looking to buy, yeah.
If someone's looking to buy,
Mm-hmm.
they just have to be patient. There's buyers that I've been hearing that have been putting in 3, 4, 5, 10 offers just to get a property. And they've been waiting and taking huge risks just to get into a home, like waiving an inspection.
Mm-hmm.
Some are even waiving appraisal contingencies. It's just, I haven't seen this.
Yeah, and for those ones that are frustrated and doesn't want to continue, would it be any better? Because from what we're looking at, you have to just be patient and find something eventually, because otherwise the prices just keeps going, and there's no need to say, oh, I'll wait and buy it 2 years down the road. You may end up buying from someone who buys today because they're going to turn around and sell it to you higher, right?
Well, so I would continue to recommend buyers buy now because the interest rates are so low. We don't know what's going to happen if they put their buying on hold. So the interest rates could raise next year, and they could be, in the 4.5, 5s ranges, and that puts them in a price range lower now, based on their budget and what they're approved for. So they can definitely get more of a house now
because of the low interest rate. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. This was a lot of information, because the scary part is people think, oh, it's going to slow down. We're not near slowdown or no bubble right now. We are just moving ahead. There's a whole lot of things happening in Worcester here. Dorothy is going to even have a new school there, right? They're building a new school there. They're doing a lot of...
You got, hotels coming in. You got, it's just truly amazing.
Yes. So that accounts for next month. We'll talk about multi-families and what's going on, because we see a lot of real businesses buying some of our multis and fixing it up and renting. So if you think that there's going to be a bubble, just get in before, but I don't see any bubble. If you ask me, we don't know, but for all the numbers and the statistics we see, the market is still strong. So make it happen. Buy, sell if you're looking to do that. If you find this video helpful, we will be bringing new videos every week and market statistics monthly. So look out for more information. And thank you for coming to our channel, Living the Dream in Central Massachusetts. Coming to you from Century21 XSell Realty in Worcester, Massachusetts. The host here is Juliana. Thank you. Bye-bye.